This is Elise Hull presenting my study review video regarding the study titled Measuring the Impact of Non-Monetary Incentives on Facility Delivery in Rural Zambia, a clustered randomized controlled trial. So the research problem here is that in Zambia, like most low-resource communities, there's a small percentage of women that deliver in a health facility with a skilled birth attendant, and this we know leads to higher maternal and infant mortality and morbidity rates. So this study wanted to see if an incentive, non-monetary incentive such as a mama kit, which was composed of a cloth baby diaper and a blanket provided to mothers at the time of delivery, was incentive enough to up the numbers of women delivering in a facility instead of choosing not to. So the study also measured the impact of the cost effectiveness of this mama kit that ended up being about $4 in these rural facility deliveries in Zambia. So the sampling method, the way that this criteria was done was they chose two districts in Zambia that represented typical rural areas based upon judgments from the Zambian government. And there's two criteria that had to be met. One was it had to be a health center because it's where most facility deliveries are based out of and what they were reaching to increase. And two, these rural health centers had to have a baseline ratio of less than 67% of facility deliveries for women that had already attended antenatal care, so a prenatal visit, which were included in the study. So there ended up being a total of 30 health facilities spread out between the two districts, 10 in one, 20 in the other, and they all qualified under this criteria. The way that they randomized this was that they ranked and paired these based upon the administrative records that showed the facility delivery rates, and the lowest two of the facility delivery rates were paired, followed by the second lowest two, and so on. And then within each pair, one facility was randomly assigned to the treatment group, and they were given the mama kit incentive, and the other group was placed in the control group. So the way that this study was designed, the primary sample ended up being made up of those women with an estimated due date during the intervention period, which was based on data collected from the antenatal care register for women who had attended at least one antenatal care visit. So the estimated due date was calculated using LMP, and then if they didn't have their LMP in the register, then they would base it upon the estimated gestational age. And if that was not in the register, then those women were excluded from that primary sample. Then they, out of that primary sample, they checked against the delivery registries to see which women delivered in that intervention period, which was 3 months long, and delivered in a health facility, whether it was a controlled group health facility or a treatment group health facility, and they got their data from there. So the final sample ended up being a little over 1,100 women. There's 990 women that attended the antenatal care and treatment facilities, and there is 1,100 women that attended antenatal care and control group facilities. And they excluded a large number of those women due to them being outside of that estimated due date range in that 3-month period. So the final study findings were among the control group, there ended up being 304 women who, one, had attended at least one prenatal and then delivered during that intervention period at a control group facility, and then there were 359 women who delivered at a treatment group facility that received that incentive. So we can see that there is a bit higher amount of women that ended up delivering at a treatment facility with the mama kits. So this went to show within the data that there was a 42% higher increase for women that delivered in the treatment facility compared to those who delivered at the control facility. And this just shows that mama kits can be an effective strategy for increasing facility delivery rates. So the further research questions that are at hand is one, this is a small study based out of 2 rural districts in Zambia specific to this culture. So answering a larger question of if non-monetary incentives can be useful in other regions, there would just need to be more studies that would need to take place. The researchers also suggested that while mama kits are effective in encouraging delivery in a health facility, they're insufficient to address large material barriers such as transportation issues, money problems, and other barriers that may keep women from going to the health facility. The reference here is the study listed. Thank you for listening. I look forward to learning more about this.